This is World of Tanks, new Chinese heavies. I am going to be looking at the new Chinese heavy tanks here in the tech tree. And I'm going to look at their specifications, see how they compare. We're going to look at the Tier 8 first. Only got one gun. The penetration is kind of average. Good average, but it's still average. The damage is good. 16-second gun loading. Dispersion's not that great. So I've got in my garage Chinese tanks. So the first thing I got to do, I'm going to need a new crew for this new line. I'm going to go through all of my tanks and I'm going to put all the crew into the barracks. Including this one. That's the vehicle that you have to play in order to get to the new Chinese heavies. This looks like a rental, and it's obviously a rental crew. Okay, so I'm going to look for the T-34. This is the vehicle on the tech tree, I'm pretty sure. No, it's Type 58. That's going to branch out. So we're going to look at the Type 58. And I'm going to look to see if I've got crew. Got the radio operator. So the question is, of course, WZ-111-5A, is that this vehicle? It's weird that they all, oh, maybe I sold it in order to get the cash. I probably sold it so I could buy something else. So I have to have crew for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines, 5 branches. And I'm going to hit the primary label first. That means that these vehicles, I don't have the gun marks yet. So they probably have crew. One of the things that I'm doing is, I mean, it makes sense to have one crew per branch. I'm kind of not doing that anymore because I've got so many tanks, so many branches that I'm not going to have one crew for every branch anymore because I want to have better crew. And the other issue I'm having is a lot of my crews are getting near the maximum, which means that they're getting the maximum crew skills. I'm going to see if I can retrain this. Sometimes you can use the 20,000 silver and get them to 100%, but it looks like in this case, no. So I got 2 vehicles, which is medium and tank destroyer. I don't have light tank or heavy tank. So I'm going to look at my lights. Okay, so I mean that I could easily do one for this branch, one for the new American branch, one for the Japanese tanks. I got plenty of crew. I'm not short on crew. Okay, so I filled this out. They need radio operator. You can see he's got one right there. Okay, so then the last issue is heavy tanks. Got the IS-2. and I've got tanks for IS-2. I apologize that it is slow. So now what you're seeing is that I don't have any more Chinese crew, except for this guy down here. So I've pretty much got no Chinese crew left. And, or should I move the Type 58 crew into this heavy tank line? It's nothing right now. He's completely dry. Obviously, if I do move crew, I gotta pay to do it. And I might not want to pay to do it today. So I've already decided I'm gonna keep my light crew because they're fun tanks to play. The mediums I really could care less about. These tanks I really don't care about, although I do like the WZ-111-5A. So it's like the medium crew that I would consider moving. And then the tank destroyers I like, so I'm going to keep that crew there. So I'm considering moving my medium crew into the Type 58, which is actually going to be pretty cheap because it's still medium tank. It's cheaper to move these guys into another medium tank. Now keep in mind, to put them into this tank means I have to pay to move them in. And then I'm going to have to pay to move them into the new heavy tanks. I'm going to pay twice. It's going to cost me $2 each time. And it's going to drain me of no, maybe it's going to drain me of a lot of gold to do this. So I'm going to simulate it first. I'm going to move these guys into the barracks, and I'm going to start loading this up. 4-1. Now, the advantage to moving them in is that they are going to level up, right? Now, keep in mind, these are not zero skill BIA crew members. So that means the ones in the barracks are. That means that I could possibly level up faster if I move the one from the barracks. So what I usually do is choose this option, Regiment School, and I pay the 20,000. You see how it says 86 to 90? This one says 98%. No, I'm sorry. 93, 88, 87, 100, we already had that, and 87. None of them moved up to 100. Sometimes they do. So my choice is either play and have them move up by playing a few battles. What you do is you move them into one of these premium tanks. I have one premium tank. And you use this to level them up so that they start earning their skill points, get their training up to 100%, one option. Or you just sit through it, or you try to find an opportunity to get the ×5 bonus, etc. You know, there's lots of ways to do it. I think there's a chance I might just play them through. But then what's going to happen is you're going to get, it's going to hurt your marks of excellence, and not by much. And then when I transfer it into the new heavy tanks, I'm going to start over again because I didn't pay. So that's why it's good to have the low tier tanks where you could put it into like a tier 2 tank and level it up, where it does not affect your marks of excellence or mastery badges. So the other issue is when I play, I'm going to want to have a better loadout. and nothing's on discount right now. This is the speed thingy, so vents are always a good option. I like to spot, so spotting is a good option for me. I've got the experimental optics. It's already got the gun mark. I'm gonna have to play, let's say, 20 games. I don't have premium time anymore, so it's gonna be 30 or 40 games, depending on if I play once a day or whatever. If you play once a day, it's gonna take forever to level it up, right? So I've got, and also I want to check the blueprints because we just got these guys into the tree. I know I cannot use any blueprints right now because I don't have the universal. So it's going to take a lot of games. Is it justified to put the bond? I'm going to go with no because it's not a tier 8. If it were tier 8, I would because you could play it in frontline. So I'm going to say go with the regular coated optics. So vents are always a good option. The aim time is 1.98. That's already good, and the dispersion is good. So we don't need gun enhancement. Gun loading is going to be better. What else you got here? This is a good option because I don't want them to detect me. I want my concealment to be better. And also, it keeps you better concealed when you fire. So I'm a big fan of that. This you would use maybe if you're playing in frontline and you got to drive long distances, etc. Turbochargers always good. Top speed would be 59 versus 55, so I would go faster. Not worried about the HE. You know, the thing with the protection of the crew, I could get rid of my med kit. That's pretty good. Vehicle hit points, suspension durability is good for light tanks. The gun rammer. Improved aiming is good for sniping long distance. You get a smaller circle. I usually like to play the tank first before I decide what to put on it. I think I'm going to put vents on because vents is going to help with spotting, obviously. Not by a lot, but when people are behind bushes and things like that, it's going to make a difference. You know, vents helps with everything. So I'm going to put the vents on. It's 400,000. Man, I ain't got the cash. So this is a situation where I might have to make my decisions based on what I have in the depot. And maybe it won't get vents. Maybe I'll get the low noise exhaust. And I've tried binocs. You know, what you do is you park, wait for the binocs to turn on. If you don't spot anything, it hasn't helped you. So the binocs often really don't make a lot of a difference as a spotter. I'm thinking I'm going to put the gun rammer and is the vents that much? Wow. Oh, it's only 200,000. I was looking at 400,000 down here. I'm willing to pay the 200,000. I thought I was going to pay 400,000 for that thing. I don't want this turbo thingy. I want, I think, the low exhaust. No, the low exhaust has to go here. You can actually move it over. And then we're going to put vents over here. And apply. And then over here if you do crew, you pay with credits. So it would be good to put. Can't believe I don't have concealment on my crew. Yeah, I guess I don't. I would put the coated optics one. And I'm going to check how it impacts my view range. Plus 10, it's the same as events. It's actually really good. Now, there's an argument for doing it, and that is you could do a lot more spotting damage. So why not do it? No, that's for equipment, so you pay with bonds. So for crew, this is good. It gives you more spot damage. This could give you more spot damage. The vent purge can give you more spot damage. But it's only a +5, it's not the +10, but it improves a lot of your other numbers. And, I'm going to check out what happens with the insulation. 0.5. That's almost as good as the camo. Oh, that's pretty good. You don't want to be spotted, obviously. I'm going to go for the spotting. I'm going to look at my ammo. Penetration 144 to 172. 172 is a lot better. I've got 15. I'm probably not going to use more than 15. I know that over the past 9 years, I haven't fired a lot of gold rounds, but things are a little bit different now. I fire a little bit more gold rounds, like a small amount more, not even one per game. However, I'm waiting for the day when I'm going to be just spamming gold. Okay, so that is the crew that I've selected for this vehicle. I am going to be monitoring it to make sure that their training gets up to 100 as quickly as possible. I do have this. But you really want to use it on a zero-skill BIA crew member. I'm going to check to make sure I've got camo. Sometimes I might not. It looks like I do. I'm going to check my decals. Times I miss something. Good. Okay, so this vehicle is ready. Then I'm going to check my field modification. That's pretty good. 3,500. To get the alternate loadout, it doesn't give you any special bonus to hit points or anything. This one gives you more engine power. And I could do both. I could open up with less likely to get ammo racked. Hull traverse speed really doesn't matter that much. For a super heavy tank, you want the hull traverse speed, like a mouse. Damage, ammo rack penalty, and damage version done. 5. I'm going to turn off the accelerated crew training. Okay, so I think that's going to be my vehicle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which means that they're going to go into the new heavy line that's coming along. Doesn't show the number of. I think that the rockets are just a gimmick, to be honest. I need 58,000. I'm just 58,000. The other option is I save my $4 and I just play a bunch of games. Um, Not going to use a premium, but with personal reserves and clan reserves, might not have any. I'll have to check my clan reserve. You know, I could easily level up. So I'm going to play for 1 hour, depending on the clan reserves. If the clan reserves is for 2 hours, I'm going to play for 2 hours. Combat experiences for 2 hours. It's only 10%. It's really not a lot. $85,000 to upgrade. I want to upgrade to get the 1 hour reserve. So which one is credits over here? Probably going to run a bunch of these because I have a low number. This I've got plenty of. I have to run about 16 of them. Okay, so I'm going to start a game momentarily. I have to go do something. I'll be back in a moment. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to do personal reserves. This one. This one. The last one of those. This one. You know what? I'm just going to do it. Then I am in the game. So it's a tier 8 game. Gonna be good for spotting damage. You know, I wish it were faster. Maybe I need that turbocharger. Well, they've made a lot of changes to the map. Uh-oh. That guy's gonna spot me. Obviously, I just came out to spot everybody, but it didn't really work. Why is it moving? Don't move. We are losing 1-7. A lot of lag. That was beautiful. I wish I had that. Too bad I'm not recording it. Okay, I know why I'm having problems. I'm uploading something. Why my performance is low. No way to pause it. The S-51 is the most difficult tank to play in the game, definitely. So I had a little bit of a delay. I was disconnected for a bit. But like I said, it's going to improve in about 5 minutes when my uploads are finished. I want the spotting damage, so... Oh, come on, don't do this. No, come on, please.